consumption. Ms. Henry is the parish nutritionist for St. Catherine and the current head of the nutrition department within the St. Catherine Health Services, or most people know it as the St. Catherine Health Department, which is situated beside the Spanish Town Hospital. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Dietetics and Nutrition, as well as a Master of Public Health majoring in epidemiology from the Northern Caribbean University. Ms. Henry has a zeal for public health and nutrition education, and her years of experience in community nutrition has made her a master of health promotion and education. She's also a great cook and a mother of one. And speaking from experience, she's also known to use, for her creative tactics and attention grabbers in captivating her audience and getting her message across. So this afternoon, let's welcome Miss Henry, who will now go ahead to give her presentation.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. As Rosanna just identified, my name is Melinda Henry, and I'm just going here to talk about salt and snacks. Well, Miss Spike, you did a little bit overdo it because I don't want to pick up people's expectation and what they expected they didn't receive. But today we're just going to be moderate in what we are doing, and let us get to the presentation. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay, very good. So this says, name the chips. And I'm sure most of us sometimes snack, even though we don't want to admit to it, but we do it. So I want you to name the snacks. Anyone want to name the snacks? No? Can you identify any of these chips that we have on the screen?
Cheesies.
Cheesies.
Potato chips.
Potato chips.
Banana chips.
Banana chips.
Am I seeing banana chips or it looks?
You tell me.
Is that cheese curls or something? The red one there beside the potato chips.
Okay, let us look at them. So the first one we have is corn chips.
Corn chips.
Yes, then we have Lay's, we have Cheetos, and we have Ruffles. And these are some of the chips. Even though we're in Jamaica, most Jamaicans, when they go to the supermarket, apart from banana chips and potato chips and plantain chips, these are some of the chips that they would normally consume. This is what they would buy for themselves and their children. Do you know where your salt is hidden in your foods? Do we know? Some of us may know, but not all of us would. Salt in food. It is no secret. It is no secret that Jamaicans consume too much salt in their daily meals. We know this is to be true because most of the time when we go out and we buy something, if we say for instance, we buy a lunch on the road, we tend to want to put extra salt on it. It's not just for using salt to cook, but sodium is also found in most of the foods we consume on our daily basis. Hidden salts are foods that contains unnoticeable high levels of sodium. Isn't that true? Yes, it is. And what are some of the foods that we can find hidden salts in? So we have our snacks, like our cheese balls, our cheese biscuits, or banana chips, our potato chips. We have our frozen meals, like some of the foods that we buy that is in the supermarket. We have cheese. We have our breakfast cereals that not because we don't taste the salt in it, that does not mean that it's not present there. We also have our condiments, salts, sauces, and dressings. And we have our breads like our donuts and our shortbreads. Snacks. So we move on to snacks because apart from where we can find our salt topic today, we are really looking at snacks. What are the things that we crave towards? They said, even if you take time to eat, even if you take time to eat 3 meals a day, you may still feel hungry at times. Isn't that true? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, it is true. Because
True.
times when we are bored, of course, we tend to feel like we're hungry. But it's not really that we're hungry, it's because we are bored. Because if we had company with us, we would definitely not feel hungry. This says healthy snack or snacking on nutritious foods can keep your energy level high and your mind alert without taking up a lot of your time. Why healthy snack is good for you? Why is it? You may have noticed that you feel hungry a lot. Mhm. This is natural. During a different life cycle, your body needs more nutrients to grow as it should. Snacks are terrific ways to satisfy that hunger and get all the vitamins and nutrients you need. Tip for smart snacking. The truth is, whether we like it or not, sometimes adults even snack more than kids. And when we talk about snacks, people tend to think about like biscuits and chocolate and banana chips, but there are healthy snacks. When we talk about healthy snack, we're also talking about fruits and vegetables. They said tips for smart snacking. Prepare healthy snack before it is needed. You can make your own healthy snack. In that, you are able to control your ingredients that are used. So an example of a healthy snack are like carrot sticks. And we know in Jamaica we have a lot of things that are in season. So carrot is now on out there and it's not that expensive. We can cut the carrot in sticks, put it in little bags and take it with us to work. We can also put it in the bags of our kids who are going off to school. We have our trail mix. And when we talk about trail mix, people think about going to the supermarket to buy trail mix. No, you use your oats. You can use the honey. You can use like your peanuts and your different nuts that you prefer to make your trail mix. You can also do your mixed nuts with your peanut, your sunflower seed, your raisins, and you put the requirement that is by Ministry of Health or requirements, and you have your snacks. We have our fruit sorbets. Mango is in season now. Good. So we can do our frozen fruit sorbet. So we can take our mango from the tree, peel them, put them to be frozen, and we can blenderize them with a little lime juice or orange juice. We also have our fruit popsicles, which is ideal for our kids, and even not just for kids, but also for persons who are hypertensive or diabetics. The popsicles, like for the watermelon, because I remember about a month ago, watermelon was for $250 a pound. The price has gone down significantly. So what can we do? How do we make our popsicles? We simply cut up our watermelon, take the skin from the outside. We can either use our fudge stick or our toothpicks. For those who don't have fudge or toothpicks, so you have matches stick, you just remove the sulfur from the match at the end and you cut the pineapple or the watermelon in cubes and you put them to freeze overnight. We also have our banana and avocado fudge, peanut banana fudge. So what you do, you freeze your ripe banana, you freeze your avocado, and you can blend both of them together with a little low fat milk or whatever milk you prefer, and you put them in the little cups. If you don't have the icicle maker or the fudge makers, you can get the little regular white cups, the disposable cups, and we put them in, we pour the liquid in, and then we put the fudge stick in and put to freeze overnight. If you don't like avocado, you can just use your ripe banana, cut it in 3 or 2 pieces, roll it in the peanuts, and you put to freeze overnight. And that's an ideal snack for those persons who are hypertensive or diabetic and you want to reduce your sugar or sodium consumption. We also have our baked breadfruits and our baked banana chips. Because of course, things are hard and we have to be smart shoppers. There are some things you can afford to buy, and there are some things that you can't afford. Most persons in Jamaica have a breadfruit tree or a banana tree. You have a vegetable peeler. So what you do after peeling your breadfruit or you green banana, you use your peeler and you cut them in strips and you put them on a baking sheet and bake. Also, spice it up. Healthy snacks should not be boring. Good? Give yourself variety and switch up the thing. We know we're Jamaicans and we love themselves. They say variety is the spice of life, so we have to spice up the thing. Not just for adults, but also for children. Sometimes person get bored with meals because they're eating the same thing over and over again. Food is an art. Anything that can eat can be blended together. So try and make some changes to your daily meal. Keep healthy snacks with you. So when you make your carrot sticks, put them in a bag, walk with them. Make it a habit to walk with your own homemade snacks. You can also make a sandwich for a snack. Your fruit and mixed nuts, your whole wheat crackers, your homemade chips. This prevents you from what? Consuming unhealthy options and help you to save your money. Because right now, money is important. And sometimes there are so many things we want to do and achieve, but because we use the money to buy only food, we can't get the smartphone that we want and we can't get the flat screen TV. Read servings information. What appears to be a small package of snacks can contain 2 or more servings of sodium. Hence, reading your label is very important. Do not skip your meals. Very important. Because a lot of us in Jamaica, what we do, we like to skip a meal. Some of us, how many meals we have a day? We only had breakfast or we only had lunch. Some persons only had dinner. This can cause tempting time to indulge in salt sodium snacks. Pick the right snack to fill hunger gaps. If you are feeling hungry, do not ignore it. Instead, pick the right snack to fill the hunger gap. Fun facts. The body needs salt, but too much or too little can be what? It can cause a problem. Know your facts. This says choose less sodium. 20% of your daily value or more per serving is considered to be what? Considered to be high sodium. High sodium consumption is greater than 2 grams per day, in equivalent to 5 grams of salt per day. The daily value of sodium is less than what? 300 milligrams, 2,300 milligrams. 5% of your daily value or less of sodium per serving is considered to be low. 20% of daily value or more sodium per serving is considered to be high. So we should choose foods that are what? Low or moderate in sodium. So we should always try to read our food labels. What are some of the ways that we can use to reduce salt in our diet? Read your food labels, 1. 2, prepare your own food when you can. Because the truth is, some of us really can't prepare our own meals all the time. Add flavor without adding sodium. Or do we add flavor without adding sodium? If we're steaming our rice, instead of you putting some salt in the rice, you can put a piece of scallion or a piece of thyme. You can do some carrots in your rice, a piece of pumpkin. Change the thing, man. They said variety is the spice of life. Buy fresh produce. So instead of you buy the what? The canned meats or the salted or pickled meats, buy your fresh meats. Instead of you buy your frozen fruits or your canned fruits, you buy fresh fruits, because this is Jamaica. We always have a fruit that is in season, no matter what. We also always have a vegetable that is in season. So instead of buying our tin vegetables, go to the market, look at the vegetable that is cheapest. Sometimes we even have carrot for what, $20, cabbage for $15. Buy whatever is in season and use it in a make fashion. Rinse sodium containing canned foods. So sometimes a lot of Jamaicans, they tend to love sardine. When you talk to the patients, what do you eat? Sardine, tin mackerel. Too much food that is in brine or processed foods are not healthy. But this is saying that if you must consume, rinse the brine from it, then consume. Select low sodium nuts, seeds, and snacks, because some of the time when we buy even our peanuts in the bag, we tend to choose the ones with the salt. So choose unsalted nuts and snacks. Select light or reduced sodium condiments. Reduce your portion size, because when you look at your labels, if you practice read your food labels, you will see, say for instance, you will see a 10% sodium there. But if you, when you look at the label, it says serving size 3, it means that you're going to multiply the 10%, the 10 by the 3, and that would make it 30%. So that would be high sodium. Make lower sodium choices at supermarkets and restaurants. So when you go to the restaurants, or some persons like to go to the fast food joints and then buy the fries, do not ask for extra salt, because these are not healthy for you. Summary, this says, every mickle make a muckle. Moderation is the key.
Why is too much salt bad for you? Eating too much salt can be bad for your blood pressure. Your kidneys help control your blood pressure by taking water out of your bloodstream. Salt contains sodium. Too much sodium in your blood pulls the water back in. More salt means more water in your blood vessels, and that means higher pressure. Over time, high blood pressure makes your blood vessels work harder. To cope, their walls thicken, reducing the space inside the blood vessels. Your blood pressure rises even more, and less blood may get to your organs. Blood carries oxygen and other nutrients around the body. Less blood to your heart can cause pain known as angina, or even a heart attack. Less blood to your brain can cause a stroke or a type of dementia. High blood pressure contributes to around half of heart attacks and strokes. Adults and children over 11 shouldn't eat more than 6 grams of salt a day. Six grams is a level teaspoonful. That's the same as 2.4 grams of sodium. Younger children should eat less. 3/4 of the salt we eat is hidden in ready-made food. They may not even taste salty, like bread and breakfast cereal. What can you do? Check food labels. Use the colour codes. Green equals low in salt. Choose brands with less salt. Some even have lower salt versions. Don't add salt when you're cooking. Add flavour with black pepper, herbs, spices, and lemon juice. Can you spot salty foods? bhf.org.uk/
So basically, as I said to you, snacking is not bad. It is important, but as long as we have our 3 square meals per day. We drop in our snacks. For adults, we're entitled to 2 snacks per day, preferably your fruits and your veggies. Make healthier choices because our health is our wealth and it is our responsibility.
Right, thank you so much for that enlightening presentation, Miss Henry. And there were some things in there that I was able to grasp and, make note of, and I'm pretty sure the public did too. At this time, what we're going to do is going to open up the floor for a question and answers. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns that you want to ask Miss Henry, feel free to do so. You can post them in the chat or raise your hand or voice them, and she will, respond accordingly. In the meantime, I will turn to our YouTube to see if anyone from the public has any questions over there. No questions, no comments, nobody? All right, seeing that we have no questions, I'm not seeing any from YouTube nor Facebook and none here on Zoom. I take it that we're all, the information presented was as clear as mud and we were all able to, take away something from that, and we will actually, put that into our lifestyle, make the necessary lifestyle changes, especially when it comes to salt or sodium. We'll go about, our daily lives reading food labels, incorporating more fruits and vegetables in our diet. I see one here from Debian. Will the presentation be shared? Miss Henry, are you able to share that presentation? Somebody's asking if that presentation will be shared.
Well, she can contact me. You can give her my information. I'm at St. Catherine Health Department. If they want anything answered, they can contact me. There's 4 of us in my department, viable and vibrant staff. So if you have a mother, father, yourself, or your children, you have any nutrition difficulties, you can always contact us. Ideas for snack, ideas for meal preparation, we are available.
All right, thank you so much for that. And Debian, I'll forward to you her contact details that you can reach out. And okay, so I see it was very informative, very good presentation. There's a question from YouTube. What is the difference between salt and sodium?
Sodium is what comes, it's a part of the salt. So for table salt that we normally consume, there's 2 things that makes up table salt, like or there are 2 things that makes up children, a mother and a father. So for the table salt or salt, there's sodium and there's chloride. So sodium is a part of the salt that really affects our blood pressure, that causes it to go up. And of course, for Jamaicans, normally what they like to say, even with the saltfish, they like to tell you that they soak out all the salt out of the saltfish. But chances are some of the sodium is still left because sodium has no taste, it has no color, it has no odor. Hence why even we drink sodium, when we drink a soda, it doesn't taste salt. But the sodium is still present there. So the sodium is what you get as a part of the table salt. And the chloride gives the taste.
All right, great. Thanks for that, Miss Henry. Any other questions? Not seeing any more polling in from YouTube. Any others from the Zoom? All right, so that looks like it's the end of our evening. Comments are coming in that it's a good presentation. So I want to thank you once more, Ms. Henry, for your time and for coming here to share your useful information with the public. And we will now close off. We will be here again tomorrow, except we'll be here at 10 a.m. to look at the next topic of United, we will have Miss Nicole Foster from Barbados to go take it a little more, I don't want to say legal, but things will be turned up a notch. And so that's tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll be here for Zoom. We will now close off the evening with our usual jingle. So stay safe, walk good, everybody. Remember to mask up, keep your distance, and be good.
But you know what you eat? Me glad the ox cause it not funny. Not funny. Me say help while you're more than money. If no fun, healthy things in on the bag. Put a warning on the front label, not the back. Enough sugar where you add. Put it on the front label. Enough salt where you add. Put it on the front label. Only my fats where you add. Put it on the front label. We no want search for the facts. We want the warning on the front of the pack. We no want a heart attack. We want stay on track. Put it on the front label, not the back.
A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, Ministry of Health and Wellness and partners.